guys, this is Saurav here from the Watchtower. I hope you guys have watched our previous video on our detailed review on Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. So today I'm here to talk about on the most highest rated comic book movie rated in IMDb, and yes, you guys have guessed it right. It's The Dark Knight, released in 2008 by Christopher Nolan. So yeah, it's very obvious that you guys have watched it several times, and it's worth watching more than once. But yes, as far as the content and the worth of the movie is concerned, to me, it's better late than never. And yes, that's why I'm sharing right now my reviews, what I actually felt, while watching the movie. So here we start. Number one, I would introduce you guys to the plot of the movie. So The Dark Knight basically, holds the pace from the ending scene of The Batman Begins, where Gordon, he basically provides a hint of the Joker card to the Batman. And Batman and this is the particular, the ending point of The Batman Begins and the starting point of the Dark Knight movie. So the current scenario is that the Batman has left a positive impact on the Gotham City. The criminals and the organizational structures of the crimes have been dismantled, which is very good. Batman has, he's currently the hero of the Gotham City. He is the symbol behind the mask for the Gotham City. So, the crimes have been reduced a lot. So this is number one. But we also see an introduction of the most popular, the villain of the pop fiction, which is the Joker. So he is actually a lunatic. He is a madman. His motives, which has been portrayed in the movie, is very dark, very complex, and very deep. He has no motives basically, which is again a very very fascinating thing for the viewers, for a villain also. So the plot of the movie is nothing but the cat and mouse chase between Batman and the Joker. So yeah, I think this particular plot, this particular instances of both the hero and the villain has actually made the movie more intriguing for the viewers. Okay, so coming to the major part of this particular video, which is the discussion on the character and the acting section. So I think the characters portrayed basically in this movie is the major pillar, and the reason behind the movie got its recognition worldwide. So yeah, let's start, and I'll just go with the first character, which is the hero of the movie, which is Batman. So Bruce Wayne, if we go a bit back, we see that Bruce Wayne actually gets developed into this superhero, which is Batman. He had a tragic history and a background which impelled him partially to be Batman. So we see his parents, they have died in the chaos of this particular criminal activities in the movie in Batman Begins. So yeah, Batman as a character, I think for the viewers, it's a very intense character. It's a very dark and a deep character. You need to push beyond your thinking and philosophical thinkings, beyond your limits, to actually understand what motives and what impressions Batman has in this particular movie. I think Batman just needs his city, Gotham, to be in safe hands, to be a good place to live in. He doesn't want any recognition as a hero, and that's why I think he is behind the mask. He doesn't reveal himself till the end of this movie that he's actually the Bruce Wayne. And I think this is the most fascinating point of this of Batman. So I think this particular trait is loved a lot, fascinated a lot by the viewers. So this is number one. Number two, I would like to mention the second, and I would like to mention one of the most important character, which is the Joker. And Joker as a character, I would mention that he is a character of madness. He is a character of zero motives, but if you see the other side of the coin, he actually plans, and he has a desperation to actually achieve something and to bring in something to the city. He has no grudges against any superheroes out there in the city. So even in the movie, it is portrayed that Batman cannot actually threaten Joker because Joker has nothing to lose, and that's what makes Joker fearless. That's what makes Joker not to fear whatever he has, because he has nothing. And his main motive is to bring in chaos in the city. His main motive is to spread madness, and we see in the movie that his plan is to kill Rachel. and that's what continues as a plot, as a part of the plot in the movie. So yeah, that's one thing. Okay, number 3, I want to talk about this particular important character, which is Harvey Dent. So according to me, I think this is the most underrated character in this particular movie. Harvey Dent as a character is also one of the most important, he's the most important guy in the movie. We see that Harvey Dent, he's the guy who is actually the symbol of hope for the city. He actually turned down more than half of the criminals of Gotham City behind the jails within the laws, and that's what makes the difference between Harvey Dent and Batman. That Harvey Dent is the guy who actually skills and who actually plays within the laws, and Batman plays outside the laws. So yeah, we see that this is the character which is actually and genuinely loved by the civilized people and the population of the Gotham City. So yeah, this particular character has more to say, more to express in a particular movie. We as a viewers loved it as a character because when the tone and when the story actually proceeds, we see that Joker has a major role of disrupting the character of Harvey Dent as a symbol of hope. We see that the death of Rachel and the introduction and stepping in of Joker into the hospital where Harvey Dent is actually admitted after the bomb blast actually changes the character of this particular, I would actually say him as a hero, but it actually changes him from a hero to a villain in this particular movie, which is nothing but a Two-Face. So we see that this particular character is not tragic, but I would say that Joker brings in that motive to actually kill Rachel to achieve that goal of disrupting and manipulating Harvey Dent, so that he actually goes against the city and goes against the superheroes. So I think that this particular motive of Joker is one of the most intriguing and one of the turning point of the movie, and it is loved. This particular section is loved the most by the viewers and the critics also. So yeah, this was all about I wanted to say about Harvey Dent. Next, I would like to mention is about the character which is called Gordon. Gordon is a man, he's a matured man and a matured civilized person in the Gotham City. I actually see him as a man who creates a bridge between the civilized population and Batman in this particular movie. So we see that Batman has motives. Batman has he has some motives and some ways of actually curbing down the bad activities and the criminal activities which are actually happening in Gotham. But those activities and ways are basically out of the laws, which is not accepted by the civilized people. Gordon comes in the picture where he actually understands the motive of Batman, and he takes the control and takes his responsibility to make the police department of the Gotham City to make them understand that this is not right. This is the motives of the other people is not right. Batman is a symbol of hope. He is a hero who is actually protecting the city. So yeah, I think this particular responsibility, understand with Gordon takes is actually it's actually fascinating and very daring. We have seen some instances in the movie that he is actually risking his life to actually save Gotham, taking help and actually helping Batman. So yeah, this character is actually loved, and yes, I think this is the major section I wanted to discuss this particular movie. And coming to the next section, I would like to mention about the acting section of these whole characters which I actually mentioned. So I'll just reverse the gear on the first character again, which is the Batman, which is played by Christian Bale. So yeah, Christian Bale as a character, according to me, it's suited to a bit extent as a Batman, as a Bruce Wayne. But as a Batman, I would think that he could have improved his personality or improved his acting skills a bit more, so that it could have been fitted perfectly in that Batman sculpture. Number one. Number two, I hated that particular voice of Batman. As a Bruce, the voice was okay, it was cool, but as Batman, the voice was actually it was very low pitched, and it was not actually soothing to hear. A very large diversion between the two of the same character, but with different voices brought in too much of disturbances. accepting the character with voice. So yeah, that played a very minor role, but yeah, that caught hold of too much of attraction. That's one thing. Okay, number two, I wanted to mention, it's a major thing I wanted to bring in, that the character of Joker, which is basically played by late Heath Ledger. We actually are recording this video on 4th April, and we have planned to record this video as a tribute to this great man who also was awarded an Oscar, which he truly deserved for this particular role. So yeah, I mean kudos to this this man. And yeah, other than Heath Ledger, it could have been difficult to portray and fit in some other character as a role of Joker. So yeah, I think he played a massive and unpredictable villain. So yeah, coming to the next character, I would like to mention about Harvey Dent. The actor who actually portrayed this character was Aaron Eckhart. So I think this actor is basically underrated with respect to the viewers, but I think the other side of the coin is basically different, because the character of Harvey Dent is not very smooth. We see a huge transition between one slope to the other in a single character in a given stipulated time and plot. And I think for an actor to actually take the pace and transition his character in a movie scene or in a particular movie is a huge lot of task, and I think it's really commendable. And I think this character and this actor actually needs more credit than what it actually deserved. So yeah, this is one thing. Next character I would like to mention about is Gordon, who was actually played by Gary Oldman. So Gordon as a character and Gary as a actor, I think they both gelled very well. The relationship between Gordon and Batman, the interrelationship between Gordon, Batman and Harvey Dent were actually, they actually created a synergy. They actually created a vibe among themselves and carried it throughout the movie. So coming to the next section, which is dialogues. I think dialogues are the major part of the movie. They actually sink in so well with the characters and with the actors that it intrigues, and it also generates the interest for the viewers to actually sink in with the movie, with the pace. So yeah, I would like to mention some of the famous dialogues of this movie. Number one, I would mention is that the famous dialogue of the Joker, which was why so serious. So yeah, this particular dialogue with respect to Joker was very intriguing and very aptly fitted in that particular scene. The background was very intense. The character is very deep. The actor, which is who is actually imparting the dialogue, is at its best, and that's what makes the movie with respect to dialogue so much fascinating and intriguing and interesting in the same part. So yeah, this was number one, and I think this particular dialogue is actually imparted in various other instances and scenes in this particular movie. So yeah, dialogues are correctly fitted. Number two I would mention is that the next dialogue is this particular dialogue actually is the second favorite of mine, which is either you die as a hero or you live long enough to see yourself as a villain. So this dialogue is not only imparting a good message, not only with respect to the movie, but it also has good implications to our personal lives, and that's what dialogues has its importance. The dialogues are not only constrained to a movie, but it also brings in good moral values in our lives, good moral values as a personality, good moral values with respect to the society, and that's what makes this movie with respect to dialogues more intriguing. So number third dialogue which I would mention which I would consider in my bucket list is it's not about the money, but it's about sending a message. So which was also imparted by the Joker. So this dialogue, this particular scene, as far as I remember, is that there's a pile of money and Joker is actually striding through it, and it has a very deep message behind it. Okay, so we currently we as a human beings, we are actually running before the money, and Joker just smoothly and so easily depicted that it's not everything in life cannot be achieved with the help of money. Okay, there's something beyond that. There's something beyond money. There's something beyond materialistic love or materialistic fascination which we humans have, and that's what is basically important, and that's what actually Joker imparted it with an important dialogue in this particular movie. So yeah, dialogues were very intriguing, dialogues were very fascinating, and that I would consider it the second most major part of this particular movie for me. So yeah, next I would come to the final review of this movie. But yeah, before that, the last thing and the last thing which actually made me fascinated was the soundtrack. So soundtrack of this movie was basically owned by Hans Zimmer, and Hans Zimmer, as we all know, is famous for his famous music melodies and whatnot. I mean, he just fits any kind of music with rap and with sync with a particular movie scene, or with respect to the superhero, or with respect to the character. When you actually listen that particular track as a standalone music track, you would feel the same, you would feel the same vibe in the movie, you would feel in the same synergy that you had while watching the movie. And that's the best part, that's the most subtle part of that particular soundtrack which this movie has, and which Hans Zimmer actually gifted us as the viewers. So yeah, I would consider soundtrack is the next major next major important aspect of this movie. So yeah, coming to the next part, which I actually misspelled just few minutes back, the final review on the movie. So okay, I would firstly, the start of the movie was very interesting, because the previous sequence of this particular movie had an ending note which had a hint, which The Dark Knight continues with. So from the first second of the movie, the viewers are actually gelled and actually creating their own theories, and they are predicting something, that what Batman can do with this particular hint. So there is a kind of generation of a particular intrigueness. So that continues in whole movie, that continues with each and every character in the movie, and no doubt Batman and Joker had played their best part in this particular movie. The plot was good, but but if you ask me honestly, I think the characters were the major pillars. The characters with dialogues and soundtrack were the major pillars of this particular movie. The motives of the Joker, the motives of the Batman were actually clashing. But that clashing, that particular, the bombarding of these particular motives actually brought in good crisp, good spices in this particular movie, and that's what I loved it. So yeah, according to me, I would rate this movie 9 out of 10. And yeah, so that was my final review out of 10. So comment down your reviews. I know it's pretty late, but I don't think reliving those previous memories and this particular fascinating and one of the best comic book movies is, you can just go forward and comment down your thoughts, your old memories. And yeah, so keep watching and keep following us, and stay tuned. We are coming up with more fascinating videos.